Hello and welcome everyone in our video. In today's video, we are going to see how to create a new supplier and how to create new address and contact and link it with the supplier. So for creating a new supplier, we will go to the buying module, and from here we will choose the supplier. Here we will add a new supplier. This is a quick form. In this form we can very quickly create the supplier by using only few details. If you want to fill more details, you just go to the edit in full form. Here in this form, the supplier name we have to fill, like I am filling here HMT Foods Company. If the supplier belongs to a different country, we could give the country over here. Supplier group would be based on he's a distributor or the business he is doing, like groceries or hardware, pharmaceuticals, etc. So I will be choosing here all supplier group, and whatever the details of the bank we could give over here if the supplier have the specific bank details. So this feature while making the other documents in the future, like say the purchase invoice or purchase order in the future, all the bank details will be fetched automatically. These features are for the company, like tax ID, tax categories, which belongs to the countries which have the tax features. So they could use this. Tax ID and categories, etc. Here we could see that there are options to allow the purchase invoice creation without purchase order and purchase receipt. It means in the buying settings, if the purchase order creation and purchase receipt creation is checked as yes, so here we could allow for this specific supplier to create without purchase order and without purchase receipt. Is transporter and is internal supplier. It means if the supplier is selling your transport services, then tick this box as yes, and if the supplier is from your sister company or parent or child company, then check mark this box. In the currency and price list, here would be the billing currency, if it is USD or AED, whatever you could choose over here. The price list would be the standard buying for the supplier. You can create other price lists too in the future. Okay, here you could define the credit limits, payment terms template, like as I said in the bank details. Similarly, you could define the payment terms and it will be available directly in the future for the purchase invoice and purchase order, etc. Here the options to create the address and contact. But to create this address and contact, first we have to save this supplier. Before saving this document, we will just look at the other section, which is Default Payable Accounts. Here you have to define the company name and the account which it would be linked. So by default, there is an account created is creditors account. So here we will link this supplier to the creditors account and save this document. Our supplier is now saved. So for creating the address and contact, we will go down and we can see that here the options appears to add the address. To inform that contacts and address in the ERP next are stored separately, so that you can create multiple contacts and address for one supplier. Here we will choose the address title. We can choose the address type as billing, shipping, office, personal, etc. from the drop down list. Here we will choose the address. Here the option is there. This option is checked. preferred billing address and preferred shipping address, it would automatically fetch the details in the purchase order, purchase invoice, and purchase receipt. Similarly, in the sales cycle. Bottom, we have the option of linking. So you can see the link doc type is the supplier and the link name is HMT Food Company automatically come. So likewise, you can make the multiple addresses for one suppliers, and you can also make the address for your own company. If it is address, this one is checked, you can over here you can save the address, and you can put the address, and it will be available for print in the sales invoice, purchase invoice, to print your own company's address. So for now, we will uncheck this box, and we will save it for the supplier HMT Food Company and save it. Once I save it, you can see that in the supplier, the address has been come. From here only I can add the another address, and now I am going to add a new contact. For adding the new contact, we will go to the contact doc type. Here write the name of the person, its status is open, salutation, here if you want to link it with the address, just select the address from here, and here you write the ID, choose is primary, mobile, and that's it. We are good to go. Here also the similar checkbox is there. If it is checked is primary contact and is billing contact, if it is checked, then in the sales invoice and purchase invoice, this will automatically get fetched. We'll save it. Okay, so now in our company, in our supplier, we have both the details, address and contacts. You can see our supplier is created and its address and contact are get saved. Thank you very much.